Every time I turn this camera on and see the Handycam symbol, I always want to go, Handycam! Handycam! I don't know why, I just do. Anyway, guys, today we had a Teams meeting at work. I haven't been talking about work much lately because, well, who cares? But something cool kind of happened. We had a Teams meeting because some people just can't cope with having to work from home. And they miss the office lifestyle. I, however, don't, so that's okay. But I decided to join today, and I'm super stoked that I did because something awesome happened. Just gonna let Stumpy the furball out here. But anyway, something really cool happened. People were like, so what have you been doing with your COVID time? And, you know, have you learned any new skills in the pandemic and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So I mentioned how I started getting into just, you know, messing around with fishing and lure making and all that. And they're like, well, how's that going? And I'm like, you know, the shaping of the wood, no, that's fine. But the moment I start painting, that's when it goes downhill. They're like, why is that? And I'm like, well, it'd be like an airbrush, but I've been doing it with just a regular paintbrush. And it's just such a pain in the ass. And that's when my coworker Terry chimes in and he goes, well, if you want an airbrush, I have one I can sell you. I'm like, what? Really? And he's like, yeah. He goes, I bought it off of Amazon to paint my Dungeons and Dragons figurines, but I don't like it for it. I'd rather use he uses that Tester's paint, which I think is an oil-based paint. Could be wrong. But the problem he said that he has with it is even with the tightest needle on the brush kit he bought, it's still spraying too wide for fine detail. So he said screw it, and he just went back to the old method of just using a fine tip brush and stabbing the paint on. He says it takes him longer than it would with an airbrush, but his accuracy's better. He goes, the only thing I liked about the airbrush was when he would do a prime coat, he could just put the primer in and go done. Yeah, easy peasy. And now that Stumpy the fur bat's back inside, we can go ahead and, you know, what am I doing? I gotta get my wallet. Okay, I'm gonna grab my wallet, I'm gonna head out the door, head over to Terry's house. The airbrush is $40. He bought it off Amazon. He's let me have it for $20. So, I'll be right back. All right, guys, just got back and got the kit. He has the box and everything for it, eh? I like when people take care of their shit. Unlike me, I get stuff and I throw the box away. But some people hang on to the box. Now, this kit is really cool. I get there. He didn't really explain much to me about it. I thought when he bought it, it came with a compressor. It was the compressor kit and all that. When he said $39, I went on Amazon and looked up the $39 kits. And, you know, I seen some that were like the brush, and some came with this little box that you put the airbrush into. And the box is a compressor. You plug it in with one of those cheap Chinese DC converters or inverters, and away you go. But not this kit. This is I'm not sure if that's Air God or Air Goo professional airbrush tool. The Agaca 134K dual action airbrush set with 7mm fluid cup and 22mm glass jar. Little picture on the box showing you what's inside the box. But for this thing here, because I asked him, I said, well, what do you use for a compressor? He's like, here you go. And I said, okay. Now, I said, oh, it doesn't come with a compressor. He goes, no, you don't. You use your compressor. He goes, you have a shop, right? You have a garage? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you must have air tools. And I said, well, I have two compressors. I got my 2-pounder and then my 20-pounder. 20-liter? 20-pounder? 20-liter? 20-liter? 30-liter? I don't know what the hell. I got that one and I got that one. Well, apparently he has one like that. He has the 3-pound version, the 3-liter version, whatever the hell it is. And he said that's all he uses. And he said it's more than enough. Well, that's all he used for the couple that he painted, and then he stopped using this thing, and he didn't really want to return it to Amazon for some reason. I'm glad he didn't, because now I can use it. So this is the hose they give you with it, and he literally had this screwed right into there, right into here. So it was like douche on there, and that's all she wrote. I'm gonna do this a little differently. No wonder why he said he had air leaks. There's like no gasket tape in there. Okay, I'm gonna set this up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a quick attach on it so that I can quick attach it to the cable, the existing cable. So I can use the 2-pounder or I can use the 20-pounder, depending on where I'm gonna paint. I don't have the water separator. I need one for sure for this, but for a quick little trial paint job today, probably won't do any harm. I don't know what all this stuff is. Needle 0.2 millimeter. There's another one here, 0.5 millimeter. Is there a needle already installed? He said he doesn't know where the manual is, but judging by Okay, 1 second here. I think I found the manual. Yep, that's the manual. He's like, I don't know where the manual is. I think I lost it. Well, here it is. So it comes with a 0.2 millimeter, 0.3 millimeter, and a 0.5 millimeter nozzle. Then what the heck are the needles all about? Those are the nozzles there, and there's one already installed on it. Okay, is there a before use how to set up? Connect air supply, add medium into reservoir. So yeah, it has the tank, so you can fill up the tank and it'll vacuum feed, I guess. Or you can use this one here. This is the one that I always see Marlene Bates use. And he'll literally thin his paint right into the cup and then spray his shit. So, for finer lines, detail, smaller spray coverage, hold the airbrush closer to your work. You know what? I think we're going to have fun with this. So yeah, the bigger one's 22cc and the smaller one's 7cc. Whatever. Mind you, the only paints I have are these acrylic paints over here, like this black, this white. That's all I have. This black and white. I thought I had another color in acrylic. I guess not. I got like these little ones over here too, I guess, but we'll what am I gonna paint on? Okay, let me get this situated, because what I need to do is Teflon tape the attachment to the hose, and then Teflon tape a quick connect to the hose. So let me do that now. Where the hell did I put my quick connects? Where the hell did I put my Teflon tape? Where the hell did I put my train of thought and stuff and junk? Everything's over here. Okay, we're okay. Meanwhile, there's like one right here. I'm gonna Teflon tape this too. Just this end here when I screwed into the hose, just to make sure we have no air leaks. Okay, I've got it hooked up to this one here. Got about 20 psi in there, and so we need to now hook up the cup or the tank and put some paint in and give it a test. Fun. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. Alright guys, I went in the house and got some water because you can thin acrylic paint with water. I also went down to the saw and just grabbed some pieces of wood here that I'm going to try and paint to. So to mix this up, I should grab one of my little coffee stir sticks that I bought from the dollar store. We'll just use one of these things to stir up the paint. So what I'm going to do is grab our dollar store acrylic. We're just going to put a couple shots in here, just a wee bit, just for testing purposes. And then we'll thin it with a little bit of water. That's a lot of water. Gonna have to come up with a better solution for that, but whatever. Mix it up. Also guys, I don't know if you should mix it right in the cup. Maybe you should mix it in like another container and then pour it into the cup. Oh man, I'm just splashing it everywhere. Alright, now does this shoot right away? That's air. Okay, did I forget to do something here? Okay guys, there's an excellent chance I probably should have read the instruction booklet a little bit harder, but I didn't, so it is what it is. Let's just dump that out in there. I don't know why that's not working. Let me disconnect this here. Let me try and troubleshoot this, guys, and find out what's going on. Alrighty guys, figured it out. Yeah, I didn't mix it right. Mix the paint first, then pour it into the thing. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna use these dollar store shot glasses. Go ahead and fire some paint in here. And then put a little dollop of water into it. The brush was plugged. I managed to clear it. Put a little bit of water in there. Where the hell did I put that stir stick? There it is. See, I was spray painting my stir stick because I was bored. But the paint was really, really, really watered down, so it didn't quite work out the way I hoped. Pretty sure if you didn't want to thin it down and you just wanted to use the paint, that's where the other one comes into play. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some research on this. Right now I'm just playing with it because I got a new toy and I want to play with it. So I just mixed up some paint. We'll go ahead and pour it into the cup. Wow, doesn't take much to fill up that cup, that's for sure. Give it a little test fire here. I need more pressure probably, eh? There we go. That should be enough. And we should be able to apply some paint. So when you press it down, it just blows, and then as you pull it back, it releases a little bit of paint. And the more you pull it back, the more paint it releases. So that's pretty sweet. And it's a nice even coat too. So when I want to do some detail work, I can do some detail work. And blow it around until it dries. That's going to make lure making so much nicer. Especially if I want to print like scales on there. One of the guys on luremakers.com, he said, go get yourself a dollar store, one of those like washers, like the scrubbers, what do you call them, loofahs or looftas or whatever. Take it apart, take a piece of the mesh off, and then you can just lay it over top of your piece of wood. And then you use like an offset color, and then you blast over top of it with your airbrush, and boom shakalaka, you got yourself scale pattern on your bait. Sweet. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Now if I can just get a good clear coat, so once I'm done painting a masterpiece lure, if I could preserve it, that would be super awesome. Still on the hunt for something good that I can get here in this town. But yeah, that's it's a pretty nice even coat of paint. And the fact that you can fade it, so I could do like black and then fade to white, or black and fade to yellow and then put a white scale pattern over top of it. You know what? I think I have a loofah in the house too that's probably garbage, but just for funsies, let's go get that. So you guys, like this material here, this is what they say to use. Just need to split it in half here because it's like a tube sock. There we go. And we'll take our piece of wood, put it over it. My hands are covered in paint right now. It's so awesome. I need a clamp. We're going to have to do a trip to the dollar store this coming weekend again. Get some parts. You're probably saying to yourself, Adam, why the hell isn't the Trans Am in the garage yet? The answer to that is, I haven't had a chance all week. And then all of a sudden I got an airbrush and now I got a new project I want to do. You know what? Just for this test, I'm just going to hold it like this because we need to go get some clamps. But I have a new project that I want to do, guys, and it involves this airbrush and winter for ice fishing. I think we're going to try and make an ice fishing lure. There's two ideas that I want to do. One of them's a jig head. You know what, I'm going to save this cup for black. One's a jig head and the other one is an actual ice fishing, I think they call it a wrap, a jig wrap. Rapala makes them. Did I already bring white over there? Oh, I did. Okay, I need another cup. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up some white here that we're going to use for our scale pattern, just to see how this works out. So we don't need much of this. Just grab a little bit. I already cleared the brush. Guys, acrylic paint clears with water so good, and it's such an easy brush to clear. I read the manual off camera, guys, in case you're wondering. Just a little bit of water, a little bit more. There we go. Grab our super amazing stir stick, which is currently black. Hopefully this doesn't make it gray. It's totally making it gray. Man, I wish these shot cups there, shot glasses, didn't have a grooved edge on the bottom of them. It makes it hard to, like, I don't know if you can see that in there, but there's like a little bit of a lip there. So as I'm stirring it, I catch the popsicle stick on it. I end up slapping paint up, and I got paint on my hoodie. Oh yeah, I put a hoodie on. Forgot about that. Before I came in the garage, before I got back, I was just wearing a t-shirt. And I was about to go outside, and I'm like, holy crap, no, I need a hoodie. Well, that paint looks fine. Okay, let's grab the scale pattern here. Is this just not spraying? Let's see how that looks. I need to build some sort of a place I can put this airbrush when I'm done painting. Oh yeah, that looks like milk toast. Yeah, that did not work out at all. Okay, so let's try this again. Maybe you need to wait for the paint to dry before you do it. I would think. Could also be that I'm not pinching the material on it hard enough. Like, it started working out there on the edge, but then it just goes blah near the middle. I don't know, did I mix that white too thin? I may have mixed that white too thin. Oh yeah, way too thin. That's literally going on like 1% milk. That's garbage. Well, that's probably part of the problem. Set this thing down. Throw another little dollop of paint in there and mix it up. I'm really going to have to do some work on this. Like, this is going to be a work in progress, a whole new skill that I'm going to learn. Airbrush painting. But I get why Terry said that it was a pain in the ass for small details, because it does have a wide spray. Now, I don't know if I'm using the smallest jet nozzle and the smallest needle. Yeah, we just thickened up the paint a bit. Doesn't feel like anything's coming out. Oh no, it's spraying. Air pressure's a little low. If you're wondering why I got to keep turning the tank on and off, and I don't know how much pressure I can put in here, it just says 3 bars, and so I had to find out what the heck a bar is and PSI and then go from there. But it works. I just need better paint. Then again, what do you expect about dollar store paint, guys? Not exactly the creme de la creme here. So, then for cleaning, all I've been doing is throwing water in the spray housing, giving it a quick stir with the magic stick here, dumping that out. And then what they say to do on the box is you put your finger over top of the end, and then you press and pull back, and it'll clear all the paint out of the... oh, we got milk bubbles. Then it'll clear all the paint out of the guy in the back. Pour in some more water. Dumpy. Grab a brush. Grab a towel or something, some clean surface. Clean out the tank. Get it as clean as possible. Boom. That's pretty damn clean, I do say so myself. And then what I did before I ran the black, or the white, sorry, from the black, is I put some water in it, like so. And then just... and that's just pure water. That's just to make sure that there's no other impurities in there. And that's it. She's clean. Now I know Terry, he was using that oil paint, so he probably ran some sort of a paint thinner or mineral spirit or something through here to break down or to clean it up. Friday, it's supposed to be bullshit weather. It's gonna have some rain. I figure, you know what? If it's gonna rain, we're gonna make another lure. We're gonna make an ice fishing lure. We're gonna paint it properly. We'll go to the buck store, get some clamps. We're gonna hit up Walmart. Get some awesome acrylic paint because they had some colors there that look totally fishing. We're going to download a stencil of an ice fishing, the Rapala ice fishing lure. We're gonna build it out of wood. We're gonna paint it pretty. We're gonna clear it somehow. Probably gonna use the epoxy again because I don't know anything else. Maybe I'll get a can of automotive clear coat and we'll use that. This time I won't break it. That should work. We'll just put it on extra thick. I'd like a 2-step epoxy, but not the crap I bought last time because that stuff was just horrible. But yeah, we'll make ourselves a Rapala and we'll make ourselves another bait as well. I was thinking about using a jig. I wanted to get some powder paint and powder dye the weights that I was going to put on it, but I can't seem to find any in town. I checked Michael's and I don't know, they're pretty much out of everything there. So anyway guys, that'd be my new airbrush. Hopefully you enjoy it and can't wait as much as I can't wait to try and make a bait a little bit more professionally and not have it look like a friggin' piece of crap. And guys, there's something I want to mention here. Like right now, everything's about fishing, as you can tell. All I'm doing is fishing and making lures and stuff like that. But come winter, it's going to be a little bit harder to get out there fishing because it's going to be so freaking cold that I'm going to have to really get myself motivated to want to get off my ass and go sit in the middle of the lake, freeze my balls off while trying to catch fish that I can't see underground because I don't have all the sonar equipment or a sled to get out there like the other people do. You know, a lot of people I know that ice fish, they have a sled, they have a fish finder, they have all the technology that makes the adventure that much more easier. Get out there, they got an electric auger too, so they get out there, rip a hole through the ice, you know, throw down the sonar, check to see what's there. If there's nothing there, back on the sled they go, take off to another zone, rip a hole in the ice, drop the sonar, oh, we got fish, set up their tent, set up their big buddy heater, and then they sit there for 8 hours pulling fish. Well, so far, this is my ice fishing gear. Yup, some jig heads and some summer lures. That's all I got. So it's going to take a little bit of motivation for me to want to get out there on the ice and try and catch fish when I don't know if there's anything there. I'm just blind fighting them. But I guess that's part of the adventure, right? I can't even catch fish now, so not catching fish and ice fishing is the same thing. So it's going to be an interesting winter to try and come up with ideas to make video content and find something to do that could be fun. but we'll have to see how it goes. Next year it's going to be a whole awesomer summer. I'm super stoked for it. I can't wait for spring fishing to open, to be out there on the bass spawn and just start friggin' laying down some waste on some serious bass. Catch some more sheepheads. I miss those guys. It's been a while since I've caught one. And have a good old time. So on that note, guys, hopefully you enjoyed watching my video about my airbrush. If you did, click that like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. If you have any airbrushing tips that you want to give me, because you've done this and I haven't, obviously, by all means, leave them in the comments section below. Like I said, this is my first run with an airbrush ever in the history of using an airbrush. Let's see if you guys have any ideas. If you have anything to, just let me know. Just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you think I should be using something else to thin the paint rather than water, also let me know. And we'll take it from there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, live to win, never give in. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.